Hey everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today here on Blind Whiskey Reviews, the most honest reviews on YouTube. As always, if you like these videos, don't forget, hit that subscribe button down below and click the bell notification. That way you'll know every time I'm uploading a new video and every time I'm starting a new live stream. Today, we are doing yet another Speedy sample review. So in these two boxes, we've got 24 randomized samples of different whiskeys. These whiskeys were provided by people out there in the whiskey world, distilleries that wanted me to review a sample of their whiskey, and whiskeys that I've already reviewed, opened the bottle, let it sit open for a few months, and put it in a sample bottle after probably 3 or 4 months. That way we can see how the whiskey's doing a little bit down the line and if it's getting better or worse. If this is a re-review, I will link it up here in the corner and down in the description so you can check out the original review if you want to do that. So without further ado, let's get into the review. We've got our random number generator and we are selecting number 16. So sample 16. This is 12, 16 is here in the corner. Pour a bit of whiskey. And let's get into the aroma. Starting out with a nice light fruitiness. Got a darker golden color. Let's see how these alcohol legs are doing. Not much in the way of alcohol legs. Yeah, very light. Got some light fruit, a slight nutty character. Touch of cinnamon. Almost like a candy-like sweetness. At this point, it's all seeming very light. There's a little bit of caramel in there, but let's get into the taste. Cheers. Quite a bit going on in the flavor department. A lot of flavors going on. Some good complexity. It's got a nice mouthfeel. Kind of got a silkiness to it. Slightly coating, not too much. Medium. We got a nice finish here. The flavors are continuing. So that was my first taste of this. Let me get one more taste in before we start kind of going over some of these flavors. Yeah, so at the front of the tongue, that's where those light fruits come in. A kind of apple pear character. Mid palate really switches over to these caramels, these brown sugars, and a red fruitiness. There's almost like a berry-like character kind of in there in the middle, towards the back of the palate. Back of the palate, the alcohol kind of kicks up a little bit. You're getting a little bit of a brown sugar sweetness, kind of mixed with some bitter character. Kind of those tannins from the oak. So this definitely feels like there is some age here. Yeah, so far so good. Let me get another taste. Yeah, back of the palate also, you're getting a little bit like of a cinnamon character, touch of spiciness. Proof on this feels, Proof on this feels about 100, maybe? 105? It feels good. I like the proof on this. I think it's a good proof point where you're not getting too much alcohol, but you're getting lots of flavor. So I'm going to say we're in that maybe 100, 105 ballpark. Really nice. Lots of good flavors. Good complexity here. Flavors are pretty well balanced. And you can definitely dig through and find new things as you take each sip, which I always really enjoy. So I'm going to say for me, this one is going to get a good score on the Speedy Sample Review scale. And we're going to give it an 88. I think it's really good whiskey, and I'm excited to find out what it is. So right now we are drinking Wild Turkey 101. I definitely did not pick out that this was Wild Turkey, and normally I'm pretty good at picking out turkey products. Right now this wasn't coming off quite as spicy as I would expect Wild Turkey 101 to, but the proof's great, the flavors are great, and this was opened, let's see, I bottled this 3 months after I opened the bottle. And I think that is a great age for it, because a lot of times Wild Turkey products come off a little astringent at first. And after a few weeks, they really open up. And I think at the 3-month point, which is when this was poured, this is tasting fantastic. It is great whiskey. It is cheap whiskey. You know, this can be had for generally give or take $20. And it just won, if you follow Jason from the Mash and Drum, and if you aren't already following him, go ahead and bump over to his channel after you check out this one. He just did a big bracket of 16 under $30 whiskeys, and Wild Turkey 101 won it, and for good reason. It is great whiskey at a great price. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Wild Turkey 101 in the comments down below. As always, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at blind_reviews. You can send me an email at blindwhiskeyreviews, that's whiskey with an E, @gmail.com. And until next time, cheers.